Welcome to this channel. Today we are going to explore South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands. Before we go into the video, please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Now we go into the video. South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands is located in the southern Atlantic Ocean, approximately 1,400 kilometers, 870 miles east of the Falkland Islands. South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands is a British overseas territory located in the southern Atlantic Ocean. The territory consists of two main island groups, South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands. With its rugged landscape, diverse wildlife, and rich history, South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands is a unique and fascinating destination. The capital is King Edward Point, which is located on the northern coast of South Georgia. The territory has no permanent residents, only temporary who are scientists, researchers, and support staff at the British Antarctic Survey Research Station. There are no commercial flights to South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands, and the only way to get there is by boat, usually from the Falkland Islands or Chile. South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands has a rich and varied history. The islands were first discovered by British explorer James Cook in 1775. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, the islands were used as a base for sailors and whalers. In 1908, the British government declared South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands a dependency of the Falkland Islands. In 1985, the territory was separated from the Falkland Islands and became a British overseas territory. South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands has a cold and wet climate with strong winds and rough seas. The territory is located in the path of Antarctic circumpolar current, which brings cold water and nutrients from the Antarctic. The climate is also influenced by the South Atlantic High, which brings warm air from the equator. The weather is highly unpredictable with storms and strong winds, common throughout the year. There are no airports on South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands, and the only way to get to the territory is by boat. The British Antarctic Survey Research Station at King Edward Point has a small harbor, and there are also several other harbors and anchorages around the islands. There are no roads or vehicles on the islands, and the only way to get around is on foot or by boat. South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands has no permanent residents, only temporary residents who are scientists, researchers, and support staff at the British Antarctic Survey Research Station. The population is usually around 10 to 20 peoples, although this can vary depending on the time of year and the number of researchers and support staff on the islands. The people who live and work on South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands are a diverse group of scientists, researchers, and support staff from the British Antarctic Survey and other organizations. The culture is influenced by the British Antarctic Survey's values of excellence, innovation, and teamwork. The researchers and support staff on the islands work together to conduct scientific research and support the conservation of the territory's unique and diverse wildlife. The official language of South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands is English, which is the language used by the British Antarctic Survey and other organizations on the islands. South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands has a unique and diverse culture heritage influenced by its history as a British overseas territory and its location in the southern Atlantic Ocean. The territory is home to several historic sites, including the Whirling Station at Grytviken and the Research Station at King Edward Point. The British Antarctic Survey also support the conservation of the territory's unique and diverse wildlife. The cost of living on South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands is extremely high due to the remote location and the need to transport goods and supplies from the Falkland Islands or Chile. The British Antarctic Survey provides support for researchers and support staff, including accommodation, food, and transportation. There is no education system on South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands, as there are no permanent residents or children on the islands. There is no per capita income on South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands, as there are no permanent residents on the islands. South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands is a British overseas territory with the British government responsible for its defense and foreign affairs. Their territory is administered by the British Antarctic Survey, which is responsible for the conservation of the territory's unique and diverse wildlife. The British government and the British Antarctic Survey have implemented several policies and programs to support the conservation of South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands' unique and diverse wildlife. These include the South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands Fisheries Management Plan, and the South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands is a British overseas territory in the southern Atlantic Ocean. Their territory is a remote and unhospitable collection of islands consisting of South Georgia and a chain of smaller islands known as the South Sandwich Islands. The capital and largest settlement is King Edward Point, which is located on the northern coast of South Georgia. The territory has no permanent residents, only temporary residents who are scientists, researchers, and support staff at the British Antarctic Survey Research Station. So thank you for seeing this video. Please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Thank you.